That white cloud-like substance was actually gas. According to reports, this happened due to a violation of safety procedures during the transfer of liquefied gas, which resulted in the sudden fire and explosion that you just saw. This was a fatal event, as 4 people tragically passed away and another 10 were under supervision due to their injuries. 5 people responsible for the safety violation have already been detained.
The Grand Canyon is not just an American sightseeing location. There are strange and dark secrets that lie within. Some have even encountered a gateway to a hidden world. In 1909, the Arizona Gazette published an article about an expedition funded by the Smithsonian. This expedition was led by a man named G.E. Kincaid, and he discovered an ancient underground city within the Grand Canyon. But here is where it gets interesting. This city was filled with artifacts from ancient Egypt, hieroglyphs, statues, and even a pyramid. How did ancient Egyptian relics end up in Arizona over 5,000 years ago? Is it possible that they had access to flight? But it gets even stranger. The Smithsonian seized all the artifacts and shut down any further exploration, which led to 90% of the Grand Canyon being restricted till this day. The canyon is home to numerous hidden caves and tunnels, many holding ancient treasures and technologies. Many adventurers used to report seeing strange lights and sounds coming from these depths. The Hopi tribe, a tribe native to the region, speak of sacred underground cities known as the Sipapu. These cities are believed to be gateways to the underworld, holding powerful energies that should never be disturbed. All this makes us wonder, what else is hiding in the Grand Canyon?
Normally I'd say that I wasn't sure if the guy was fearless or stupid, but I know for a fact that he was stupid, because that's an entire polar bear. Polar bears are one of the only animals that actually look at humans as potential prey, and there's a saying, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lie down. If it's white, good night.
They've been keeping this from you. This is the underground city that was found beneath Los Angeles by a man named Warren Shufelt. It was discovered using a device he invented to detect underground tunnels and caverns. Shufelt mapped out a network of passageways stretching for miles beneath the city. And here is where it gets crazy. His maps indicated a central chamber filled with gold and advanced artifacts. Shufelt said that upon analysis of the artifacts and the scriptures found within the passageways, they all pointed to a lost continent named Lemuria. Despite his groundbreaking findings, city officials abruptly shut down his excavation. They officially claimed that the tunnels were old subway lines. But this is where they messed up. The Los Angeles subway system didn't begin operation until 1990, over 70 years after Schufelt's discovery. So what subway lines were they referring to? Some speculate that they were referring to an ancient civilization that had access to a subway-like system. Some have even gone further to say that the city officials had knowledge from the future. They knew that Los Angeles would eventually have a running subway system in the years to come, therefore it would be the perfect cover-up, perfectly concealing its true origins.
Эй, ты кто? Ты кто?
From what I've seen posted online, something was in the cemetery put up by pranksters. That's the figure you could see, but what nobody expected was that horrifying noise. I feel like it was reminiscent of a wolf. Not sure, but that's the first thing that came to my mind. It is Russia at the end of the day, so it's most likely some sort of wild animal. That's the conclusion that I have come up with.
The uploader states that his sister has lived inside a haunted house for 8 years. Until this day, random paranormal events still get her shaken up. One day while she's sitting on the sofa watching TV, she starts hearing some strange noises and decides to record it. Something in the kitchen can be heard repeatedly banging on its own, but as soon as she gets to the doorway, it completely stops. Hearing something like that out of the blue would scare most people, but real or not, I'll leave the final judgment to you.
Have you ever wondered why ancient Sumerian gods are often depicted wearing what looks like watches? They seem to appear in countless carvings and sculptures, dating back to 4500 BCE. So, what could these possibly be? The watches are often seen on the wrists of gods like Anu and Enki, and they were not time-keeping devices. They were a form of advanced technology, used for communication and even energy manipulation. Imagine a device so powerful it could control the elements and even alter reality itself. But it gets even stranger. They are also depicted with handbags. These items are not only seen in Sumerian art, but also in art from ancient Egypt, Central America, and Turkey. Some theories suggest these bags are portable repositories of knowledge, and that they contained tools or devices used for creating and maintaining the cosmos. These depictions are often connected with the Anunnaki, and they prove that human society was far more advanced in the past than it is in the present day. Our ancestors carved and drew what they saw. It was not a figment of their imagination. They carved animals, plants, and structures that all exist. Yet people seem to think they imagined these watches or handbags. What do you think? Were our ancestors more advanced than we give them credit for?
A bus was left unlocked and the driver apparently forgot to pull the parking brake, resulting in it jumping over 2 sidewalks intended for people before crashing into a taxi. It then made its way into the cafe that these people were at, eventually coming to a stop after causing substantial damage.
They are hiding this from you. Did you know that the Great Wall of China is 13,171 miles long? And why has it always been downplayed throughout history? To put that in perspective, from the east to the west coast of America, it is on average 3,000 miles. You have to times that by 4 and add 1,000, and you're still not at that number. It leaves you to wonder, how did they build such a wall, and why? Did you even know that China was that big? They started to build the Great Wall of China in 220 BC, before Jesus had even walked the earth. No sane ruler or country would dedicate that many resources and power to build something with no purpose, especially if they knew it would take over 1,000 years to build the finished wall. Who were they defending against, that they needed all 13,000 miles to even even fathom winning. What or who were they so scared of? The theory is that the wall was built by the Tartarian Empire. If you look at old maps and photos, you would see that the steep side of the Great Wall and the lookout post is actually facing China. Normally, those sides be used to prevent any invaders from climbing up or to pick off enemies with crossbows. The fact that it faces China implies it was built by someone else, the Tartarians, to keep whatever was in China in, rather than defend what was in China. Follow to learn more.
Archaeologists have discovered a lost Maya city in the jungles of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. The city, named Ocomtun, is located in the Balamcu Ecological Reserve in the state of Campeche. Using LiDAR technology, the archaeologists mapped the area and found multiple large pyramids, the tallest of which reaches nearly 50 feet. The site covers approximately 124 acres and served as an important regional center during the classic period of the Maya civilization. In addition to the pyramids, the archaeologists found ceramics, plazas, a ballgame court, and a complex of low structures arranged in concentric circles. The purpose of some of these structures is still under investigation, but they could have been markets or spaces for community rituals. The discovery sheds light on the rich and complex history of the Maya civilization, which flourished during the first millennium AD and had numerous city sites across Mexico and Central America. The Mayans were known for their advanced achievements in art, architecture, mathematics, and astronomy. However, between 800 and 1000, the civilization experienced a collapse. The Maya culture has transformed over time. There are still Maya people alive today.
This is what they don't tell you. Stonehenge isn't just an ancient monument, it's a complex device built by an advanced civilization. But that's not even the craziest part. In ancient texts, there are cryptic references to Stonehenge's true purpose, saying, "The stones harness the power of the cosmos." Stonehenge was constructed over 4,000 years ago, so what kind of power does it harness? This is where things get scary. In recently uncovered ancient manuscripts, it said that Stonehenge wasn't merely a ceremonial site, but an energy device created by an advanced civilization known as the Anunnaki. The manuscripts specifically mentioned that the Anunnaki, who had advanced knowledge of astronomy and energy manipulation, constructed Stonehenge to channel and amplify cosmic energies. However, once the Anunnaki left, their knowledge was hidden, and the true purpose of Stonehenge was concealed to keep this powerful technology from being misused. This explains why Stonehenge's construction techniques and purposes remain a mystery, and why it continues to baffle scientists and historians to this day.